Kay Yeow and Rachael first met when they were teenagers, and they have gone through many stages of life together, including being married for 15 years and raising 3 children together. One of the traits that has bonded their marriage is time spent together through shared activities.
So one thing that we learned recently, actually is in the last 10 years I think, was this concept of spending time together. And so this concept was really alien to us initially. Every day I see the same person. What do you mean by spending time together, right? It didn't make sense to me at that time. And so we learned that we have to put in intentional time together. It has to be conversations, could be things that we do to enhance or to help one another be better.
We do activities like running, right? So that for the half an hour as you run, and to make sure that you don't focus on your tiredness, you talk to each other a lot, right?
We take that time to kind of carve it out to spend time with one another, to just catch up with things over the day, things that irritate us, things that make us laugh, different sort of things, so that it can be a conversation piece. Yeah.
Prioritizing relationships are really important. And the top relationship for me, the priority that we need to have is your relationship with your spouse, right? Your husband and wife relationship. And when that's a strong relationship, then the children also can feed off and are stable in that relationship. So it gives them a strong foundation. No?
So when the children were younger, we do try to go out and spend time together. So we will adjust our timing. After we park them into their activities, say swimming, then we will take that 1 hour or 45 minutes just to go get a cup of coffee or have a meal together, a quick one. So we adjust along the way, but we try to always find pockets of time where we can spend time together, just the two of us. Actually, we are very different people. He's a very homely kind of person, but I'm big on going out. So to find a shared interest, we have to talk about it. Like I have to make compromise. Like, okay, if you want to go cycling, and I'm very scared of cycling actually, he has to compromise, and he said, okay, we'll go to places where he's safe. He adjusts along with me in terms of my speed, where I want to cycle, and then I oblige him by going on cycling trips with him. Once a week, we will try to spend time together, a carved out time, usually a set time, at least an hour between the two of us, and that is a non-negotiable.
Having heard from Kay Yeow and Rachael about the importance of shared activities within marriage, we spoke to Lee Wee Min, the founder of Focus on the Family Malaysia, for his perspective on this marriage trait.
Married for love, married for life. What a great tagline for any marriage relationship. I've been married for 35 years, and I realized that marriage is more than a covenant relationship. It is a companionship. It is a friendship that I have enjoyed over the last 35 years. In the words of sports, they say that marriage is a marathon. It is not a sprint, it's not a dash. It is something that's going to last a fairly long time. And if marriage is going to be a marathon, a long-lasting relationship, I think it is good that we learn how to enjoy some activities together as husband and wife. If I may share with you 4 tips on how we can enjoy shared activities, and I'm going to use the acronym GIVE, which is GIFT. Because at the same time, I feel that marriage is not just a give and take relationship. Marriage is a giving relationship as well. So GIVE, the first letter G is guard. We need to guard the time with one another. It is so easy to be distracted with the busyness of life, with the things that we are committed to, and sometimes even with our children. We need to guard our time with one another and protect it. Maybe we need to put it into our calendar to schedule time that we're going to spend with one another to do activities together. The second letter is the letter I, and it's for intentionality. In marriage relationship, if we want to share activities together, we need to be intentional. We need to put it down into our calendar and say that this is the time that we're going to spend together on a Saturday morning. We're going to take a walk in the park. We need to have breakfast together. We just need to do window shopping or mall crawling, they said. But it's just doing things together. And if I can share with you the third letter, it is V. We need to value one another. We need to learn to appreciate, need to affirm, need to realize that the other person is very important in coming up with an activity, and they have spent some time to come up with a shared activity. And when that activity is being done, a simple celebration like having a coconut juice together, or having teh tarik together, or just having a time sitting down and enjoying and talking about the activities that we have done with one another. And finally, the last letter, E, is for exploration. I think when it comes to having activities done as husband and wife, we need to continuously explore things that we can do together that we enjoy doing with one another. It is said that exploration leads to creativity, because when we begin to explore what are the things that we can do together, we find that we can be actually quite creative people. And then we begin to realize that we will be enjoying our shared activities together. And finally, marriage is a relationship that should not only just survive, but marriage should thrive on some enjoyable shared activities together.
Since it's important to try new activities, we thought we asked Kay Yeow and Rachael's kids to recommend an activity they have never tried before. Would it be something challenging or exciting?
When I knew that, I was kind of relieved, because I was very worried that my kids were going to choose something extreme, and I'm not the adventurous kind.
I was quite worried, like, I didn't think any of the pots would come out. So, oh, pottery, oh no. Yeah, I remember.
Now, one thing that stood out for me was that although the pottery is supposedly a one-person job, right? But today showed that it's possible as a team.
Oh, not center ni.
Water.
Oh no! Okay, so you see we've done two. This was guided by the right teacher. This is guided by the wrong teacher. I was guiding this, right? While Rachel was guiding this. So half the effort is actually on the guide, right? In teaching you how to push and where to push. And the hand then just has to follow, right? Yeah. So actually you can see the wrong guide gives you the more interesting result.
I think it's the pressure and the nails lah. The last part I accidentally pulled it too tight. I was rather disappointed at the second attempt when we failed. I was so sure that it was going to come out perfect, right? But I think it is because of my overconfidence, and I was trying to do it all by myself, pressing the pedal, and I was like just trying to do it fast, right? And I didn't take any cues from him, or I didn't wait for anyone. I was very disappointed was that after it failed, it couldn't be amended. So I was thinking, oh no, then what about the marriage? So does it mean that the marriage, if we made a mistake, then that's it, we have to discard, right? So he was talking to me and he said, no, actually discard can mean a lot of things. Discard doesn't mean the whole thing is gone, right? There's always that chance, that second chance to do it again. So it is just at which point that you redo. Then I realized, oh yes, there's always that hope lah. You know, in marriage, it doesn't mean that you can't restart lah. You can always go back to basics, go back to the foundation that, you know, you are a team together lah.
Seeing things happen in the new activity, new setting, right? It's always a good experience to go through together as a couple.
Doing a shared activity together is non-threatening, it's non-competition, right? You get disappointed, you are happy about the results, on and off, different journeys, but you learn temperaments of each other, you learn the behavior, you learn how your spouse respond to different things, right? If you can have fun with one another, then you can also go through bad times with one another. My advice to young couples would be to definitely find a shared activity together. And if you're not spending it with your spouse or your so-called your best friend, right? You will end up growing apart because you will end up spending it with other people, right? And then you don't build the relationship, the friendship, the understanding between the both of you.
It's realizing that you are a team now. The two of us are actually one team, right? Learn to play together, learn to live together, right? Then only you got the synergy of a team. If not, it's two individuals. I think guarding that time is really important, and finding these shared activities, right, that you can do together, right, is really important.
There are so many marriage lessons that we can learn through shared activities. Spice up your marriage by choosing to do something different this week, and you might just discover something new about your spouse.